Welcome to The Dish. Believe it or not, spring is on its way, regardless of what you may think about the weather. And in the springtime, NHS gets a lot of animals in. And so we are currently on the hunt for foster families. You may wonder why we need foster families. Well, last year we had 280 foster homes that cared for 2,150 animals. That's 2,150 in private homes. And that frees up shelter space for animals that are available for adoption, and also helps get some animals either rehabilitated or socialized in an environment that's a little more conducive to that. So today we're going to talk about fostering, all things fostering, and joining me now to talk about that is one of our fabulous foster parents. Her name is Kayla Moss, and she's here to give us a little insight on foster care.
Yeah. So I started fostering in 2015. I fostered 36 animals in that time, so dogs and cats, both, kittens, puppies, the whole shebang. I've done it all. So
what got you interested in foster care?
I think I saw like an ad on Facebook or one of those Facebook Live, videos you guys do sometimes, and I was like, that would be so fun to bring puppies into my home and kittens and take care of them and then kind of give them back, help animals in need. So then I just kind of emailed them. I started the process, and the rest is history.
Well, it sounds like you've done a lot of them. So apparently it took what? Why do you foster?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing is what I get out of it. I really like taking in kittens and kind of watching them grow up, or puppies. I mean, some puppies have had a bottle feed, and you really get them from day one and kind of get to watch them grow and train them and teach them stuff. I've gotten some sad cases, medical cases, dogs who are very, very malnourished, and they get to gain weight. So they get something out of it, and then I get something out of it that I'll never forget. So.
When you take the animals in, so maybe take us through the process of becoming a foster parent. What's involved, or what do you have to do?
Yeah, there's an application you fill out online. Then they call you and they set up a good time to come to your house. They come to your home, make sure you have a fence, or even just a backyard with like a leash or something like that. They kind of meet your dogs. I have a dog and 2 cats. Just kind of make sure your home is just kind of suitable for animals. And the rest is pretty easy, very laid back. Once you're in the process, you get an email sent out. So emails are sent out daily, sometimes twice a day, and it has a list.
Yeah, it'll have busy time.
Yes, it will have cats, dogs, and it will say exactly what they need, why they need foster care, maybe how long, little quirks about them, like this dog doesn't get along with other dogs, or something like that. So you really know a little bit of their history and why they need foster care, and you just email them back and say, hey, I want to foster this dog in the email. And it's kind of first come, first serve, and you come here, pick them up, and bring them home.
So what are some of the reasons animals are fostered?
Yeah, a lot of times they're too young to be up on the adoption floor. So puppies who haven't been spayed yet, or kittens haven't been spayed and neutered. You'll kind of get the younger ones, or like medical cases. Maybe they're on medications, or they need to gain weight for surgery, or after surgery, maybe you'll have them. I've had dogs that have had like fractured legs, and so they're in a cast. So pretty much they can't be up for adoption until they're 100% healthy. So basically you have them until the cast is off, or the medication's finished, they've gained weight, or they're old enough to have their surgery and they go on the adoption floor.
It seems like for some of the animals too, the babies will want to socialize, so you want to play with them, I guess, and make sure that they're comfortable being handled.
Yes, that's a great point. I forgot that one. A lot of times you will see kittens who need socialization, even adult dogs who maybe have been mistreated, and so they haven't been petted before or seen toys before. So really it's kind of like you have to train them how to be handled by humans, how to play with toys, just kind of basic manners. And a lot of times it's just fun. It's just kittens. You get to hold kittens, play with kittens, and play with puppies. I mean, it's a hard job,
Right. Somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
So it's a temporary. I mean, it's not because you're dealing with babies until they're a couple months old, right? Or animals that are healing and then eventually will go to adopt.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of times it's short, like 2 weeks or maybe even like a month. And they'll tell you that too. So you kind of know the time frame before you get them. Like, hey, we need this cat for this long or this puppy for this long. So it's very temporary. And if you do want to keep the animal, you kind of get first dibs. So if you fall in love with with them and you're like, I'm going to keep this one, then it's yours.
So have you kept any?
I haven't. I have not. It's called foster fail. I have not foster failed, and I am sticking to my guns so far. So as much as I want to, some animals definitely I want to keep, but the more animals I keep, the harder it is to foster, I feel like,
right?
Because it's more personalities in the house, and plus my husband would probably leave me if I kept all the foster animals that I wanted to, so.
Gotta kind of have those rules,
yes,
right?
Yes, yep.
So do you prefer kittens or puppies, and can you make that delineation if you're a foster parent?
Yeah, I am open to everything. I do kittens, puppies, adult cats, adult dogs, even critters. But you can determine, like, I only want cats, and so they'll only send you the cat emails, or I only want critters, like they've had snakes before in foster care, and guinea pigs, and birds, or I only want puppies, I only want dogs. So you definitely can kind of draw the line with what you want, but I was just kind of open to everything, so I just kind of take it all.
What if you have animals in your home? That's one of the questions we get a lot is, can I foster because I have my own pets?
Yes, absolutely. I have a dog and 2 cats. So, and most of the dogs and cats they send out are not going to be like aggressive or anything like that. But if for any reason something wouldn't work out, you just email them back and say, hey, this puppy is maybe too playful with my dog, or my dog's really not getting along, and they'll take him back. So it's not like you're committed 100% and too bad, so sad kind of thing. So if something doesn't work out, they'll definitely work with you.
And I've had some people say, oh my gosh, well, my job, I would love to, but I can't commit because sometimes I get called out of town or something like that. Is that something that once you get them, you can, if you run into an issue, you can send them back?
Yeah, it's very, very flexible. Yeah, there is a foster care team. It's 3 people, but it feels like it's 300 because they're so helpful. And you just shoot them an email or a phone call and say, hey, I have this cat, but I'm going on vacation for a week. And they'll right away take them back. They'll find another foster home, or maybe they're close enough to go up for adoption, so they'll just put them back up at the adoption floor. But yeah, you're not like committed, 100%. You can, they're very flexible. They work with you. And that's happened a lot of times with me. Like I have a dog and maybe longer than I thought, and I had something planned, so they'll set it up and they'll get you covered.
Oh, that is
yes,
fabulous.
It's very nice. Yeah.
So some people say it's really hard to give the animals back after fostering. Is that the hardest part? What's the hardest part of fostering?
That probably is one of the hardest, I will say. But I feel like they do a really good job of finding good homes. So I always have to remember that, yes, they're going back, but I've taught them all these life skills, and so they're going to do great.
Fly, little bird, fly.
Yeah. And I'm always confident they're going to have good homes. So it's hard at first, but then you got to remember that you worked really hard to get them to this point, and so it's kind of good just to kind of let them go and I even keep in touch with some of the some of the adoptive homes. So I get updates every once in a while and kind of, how they doing. So I kind of still get to stay in their life a little bit.
That's great.
Yeah.
So any crazy stories or funny or nutso stories that have come out of fostering?
Yeah, probably the funniest one to date is I had this guinea pig that was pregnant. And so they said, she needs a foster home until she has these babies. So she was living the life. I was giving her treats, and I was buying all these little igloos for her. And side note, they offer everything. So they give you toys, food, cages, everything you need. But if you want to buy stuff on the side, you can. So for this guinea pig, I did because she was pregnant, bought her all this stuff. And a month had gone by, and I'm like, she still hasn't given birth to these baby guinea pigs. I'm kind of getting worried. So I emailed them, and they said, why don't you just come right in? So I bring her in after work, and they bring her to the back, and they come back to me, and they're laughing hysterically. Come to find out, this female guinea pig was actually male, and was just fat and was mooching off me for a month. So yeah, that's probably the funniest story I have thus far. So.
And I know that we have medical staff on hand to help with anything that may happen. And every now and then something crazy happens like that where we're just like, you know what? With the number of animals that come through, you can make a mistake. But I'm glad it was a good ending and not a bad ending.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Never forget it.
Well, Kayla, I know that you have fostered 30, you said 35?
36.
36
yeah.
animals,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And you're up for it again because spring's coming?
Yes, spring means Kittens. So a lot of times you'll get the kitten emails or the moms and the kittens. And a lot of times you get more than one kitten, which is fun because they get to socialize with each other too. The most I've ever done kitten-wise was a mom and 8 kittens.
Wow.
And that was so, so fun. But a lot of times in the spring, that's when they need the foster homes the most, even for dogs as well. So not just cats, but usually the cats are the high numbers around this time.
Well, this is great. Your information has been wonderful, and I can see why they love you so much as a foster parent, because we live and die by our foster parents. You guys truly do save lives. And so we really appreciate you coming in to tell us about the experiences of fostering, and we're going to give people a little bit more information on how they can figure out if they want to be a foster parent up next.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
Kayla, thank you. And we will be right back with a little bit of information on how you can apply to be a foster parent if that's something you want to do.
I love to run, but I can't walk a straight line. It's because of my brain. It's been damaged. My previous owner left me unconscious. I still don't know what I did to make her so angry that night. Amazing people found me and gently nursed me back to health. They gave me my second chance. I once overheard a child ask if I'd walk straight again when I got to heaven. Maybe, but right now, I'm enjoying my little piece of heaven on earth.
I couldn't remember what it meant to fetch, or to shake, or even to run. All I could do was lie down, held captive by my own matted fur, neglected, broken. Incredible people removed the filth and repaired my crippled body. They helped me look and feel and trust like a dog again. I remember someone whispering, "We'll make it better." And after years of abuse, love did just that.
With foster care animals, especially with kittens, bringing kittens into your home, if you have other cats, you always want to be careful and be sure that they can get along. If they're not fond of having the kittens in your house, separate them. So the kittens have a space, your resident cat has a space and stays calmer. If you have a resident animal that likes that, that's great. They learn a lot from older animals. But this is a kind of setup you can have. They still will need time to be out and run around. But this is a good thing for them, like when you're at work and things like that, and they can't be directly watched. They can be safe. They've got their food, their water, their litter box, places they can get up on. Cats love to jump up on things, so even as young kittens, you can change the height of the shelves so they can get up and climb and have fun that way. You can leave them toys, blankets, all those kinds of things so they can curl up together. They're safe while you're gone all day. But they do need to get time to get out and play and socialize and be with people and get petted and messed with and all of that kind of stuff, so they come up to be a well-rounded animal. With dogs, we want to be sure that our own resident animals definitely have a Bordetella shot on board, as well as their regular vaccinations, so everybody's protected from the kennel cough. With dogs coming in for foster care, you'll need to be careful. If they are an animal that likes other dogs and your resident dog likes other dogs, that's great. Slow, gentle meet and greets. Maybe you have them meet out on the front lawn or at a park, on leash, say hello, then go for a walk. With an animal maybe you're fostering an animal who's been sick or hurt and has to heal, maybe just a quick sniff hello, and then you need to separate them because that animal needs to heal. Can't be playing if they've got something wrong with them. But as they get better, that can be a really good thing. For a shy animal that comes into your house, for a shy dog, if you have a resident dog that's got some really good dog skills and willing to help them out, that's a great thing for that dog. It can bring it out of its shell and make it a more confident animal. We supply, for people who foster for us, we'll supply towels and food and litter and bowls and this kind of thing if need be. We will do everything we can to help you from an animal standpoint, from a behavior standpoint, medical standpoint, all of those kinds of things. It's fun to foster. It's very rewarding. It's hard to give them up because you do get attached when you have them for a few weeks. But it's a very rewarding experience as well. When you introduce dogs to each other, it needs to be a slow on leash with the leashes loose in a neutral territory. So maybe the front yard if that's not a common place, or go to the park down the street or borrow a neighbor's yard. Just let them sniff and say hello a little bit, and then go maybe for a short walk. Let them come back, sniff, say hello again. Keep things separate. Don't make your resident dog have to share everything with the new dog. Have multiple toys, beds for everybody, so everybody's got a safe place. Keep your resident dog's routine as normal as possible. Make sure they're getting plenty of attention so they don't feel left out. It's really fun when you have a different dog in the house or a cat in the house that you want to give them lots of attention. And we got to be sure that our resident animal is comfortable as well. Some things to watch for. If you have a dog that's looking scared, look and see why. Sometimes passageways, even passageways between furniture, can be a hindrance for dogs, and they can have trouble with that. Make sure that you're letting your resident dog know that they are top dog. Let them in and out, greet them first, feed them first, put their food bowl down. They can all eat at the same time, but put the food bowl for the resident dog down first. But watch for those things where maybe a dog is not comfortable. If they're not comfortable, separate them. They don't have to play together. They don't have to be on top of each other. Being able to cohabitate is a great thing. Sometimes it'll depend on the age of dogs also. Obviously, younger dogs will probably going to want to play more than an older dog will, and that's okay. Just keep them all happy and content, and if you're ever uncomfortable, you just separate them, have happy places for them both to be.
I love to run, but I can't walk a straight line. It's because of my brain. It's been damaged. My previous owner left me unconscious. I still don't know what I did to make her so angry that night. Amazing people found me and gently nursed me back to health. They gave me my second chance. I once overheard a child ask if I'd walk straight again when I got to heaven. Maybe, but right now, I'm enjoying my little piece of heaven on earth.
I couldn't remember what it meant to fetch, or to shake, or even to run. All I could do was lie down, held captive by my own matted fur, neglected, broken. Incredible people removed the filth and repaired my crippled body. They helped me look and feel and trust like a dog again. I remember someone whispering, "We'll make it better." And after years of abuse, love did just that.
And now it's time for our Dish Pets of the Week, or the month as we call them. This is Damien, and apparently Damien prefers to face away from the lights. Are you shy? Will you come here, bud? Come here. Turn this way. Good job. And look that way. Damien has the most beautiful blue eyes. He is a 5-year-old Siberian Husky and Akita mix. So he's a big boy. He's got a big old head. Clearly he's not full Sib, but he's got those gorgeous blue eyes that are Siberian Husky eyes. Hey, Damien, you're sitting so nicely. I'm going to give you a treat. Damien is one of those dogs that does not like to share his toys or his treats or his food with anybody, including people. So we have him as no kids under 12, simply because kids will come up and try to take the bone, try to take the take the toy, want to play fetch with it, maybe want to take the food bowl, and that's not really going to work with him. He actually does not like to share stuff. Hey, Dame. So if you have another dog, he would need to be fed separately. And you would want to do a dog introduction if you are meeting him to see if he will work with your family. Hey, big guy. Gonna sniff the camera. Come here, sweetie. Come here, Damien. But he's a lovely boy. He's big. He's 5. He is mature. So he will. Hey, Damien, will you sit for a treat? Please sit. Sit. Thank you very much. He's treat motivated. He would be a great dog to take out on walks. He loves to go walking. He likes to be with people, but he's not necessarily a big cuddler and wants to curl up with you. He likes to do activities with you, and he certainly, will you down? No, let's try it again. Sit. Do you shake? Do you shake? I saw a foot go up. Maybe not. But he wants to do interactive things more than sit and cuddle and be a lap dog, which is good because that'd be a big old lap that you need to put him on. But again, this is Damien. He is a 5-year-old Siberian Husky Akita. Check out those gorgeous eyes one last time. And he's available for adoption at NHS.
Oh, buddy.
And for our second dog, we have Patches. Also likes to sit with his back to the camera. Let's see if we can move him around. Patch, come here and sit. Patches is a 5-year-old rat terrier. Very nice, very good. There you go, bud. He's a little wary of new people. When he came into the room, he kind of saw the cameras and went, whoa, not gonna go over there. but got a little bit more comfortable and came up and said hi to the crew. So he is one of those dogs that will take a little bit to warm up. He gets a little nervous, he's a little high strung, and that can create, you know, a little bit of anxiety for him as he sees new situations. So we have him as preferably no small children, maybe needs to assimilate into a home a little bit more quietly, maybe a home that isn't quite so active until he gets his bearings. Once he does and he knows you, he is a party boy. He is a 5-year-old rat terrier, and anybody who knows rat terriers knows they've got tons of energy. They love to play with toys. They like to be active. Some of them are really good at things like agility and things that require them to be athletic. He's extremely food motivated, as you can see. He'll be fun to train. Sit. Oh, sit. Sit down. Can I have a paw? Maybe you don't know that yet, but that's okay. So Patches would be one of those great dogs to train, I think, or to do interactive things with. I met him about 5 minutes ago. He now is my best friend because I've got treats. You gonna come here? You gonna come here? Huh? Will you come say hi? And with me, he's comfortable now and likes to hang out and clearly wants my treat more than anything else. I know. Will you sit, please? You're gonna pull the mic off. Sit down. Oh, sit down. Sit. Sit. I'm the world's worst dog trainer. At any rate, Patches, I think, would be great in a home where there are adults and people that will make him feel comfortable and then give him a chance to blossom and be his party boy self. Right, buddy? That's Patches.
I love to run, but I can't walk a straight line. It's because of my brain. It's been damaged. My previous owner left me unconscious. I still don't know what I did to make her so angry that night. Amazing people found me and gently nursed me back to health. They gave me my second chance. I once overheard a child ask if I'd walk straight again when I got to heaven. Maybe, but right now, I'm enjoying my little piece of heaven on earth.
I couldn't remember what it meant to fetch, or to shake, or even to run. All I could do was lie down, held captive by my own matted fur, neglected, broken. Incredible people removed the filth and repaired my crippled body. They helped me look and feel and trust like a dog again. I remember someone whispering, "We'll make it better." And after years of abuse, love did just that.
Thanks for joining us for The Dish. We'll have a new show once every 2 weeks that'll bring you more training tips and pet health tips, information about events that are going on at the shelter, and things that you as a pet owner can use. So for now, goodbye, but thanks for joining us and have a great week.